okay? This will be a little bit of a different video. I kind of want to give my current thoughts on what's going on. A lot of people's life is more out of control and unpredictable than even normal. And for a human being, this is obviously very, very difficult. It's actually one of the most difficult things. And my sort of thoughts on it and my advice is, first I want to kind of say, do what you feel is right in your life. If something seems fishy to you, if someone is giving you an order that you don't agree with or it doesn't pass your sniff test, you don't need to follow it. You'll be much happier off in the end if you do what you believe is right. If someone's telling you to do something, we're not in communist China where if it depends on you getting food, you may want to do something that doesn't make sense or doesn't jive with you. But other than that, there's a lot of people right now that are confused. They're really just trying to get by, so they don't have the time to look into what is actually going on. And I'm not going to go into too much detail what is going on because I'm not worried about most people dying or anything like that from this current thing that's going on. Because unless you're quite old and and you're very sick, I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is people losing the ability to think for themselves. And if you go back to my videos, I talked about wearing masks and where I think you should or shouldn't, that all the way back to February. And let's talk about wearing masks a little bit. So when you're wearing a mask, I've even a few of my colleagues, and when we're seeing patients, you cannot have a human element interaction with that person. You cannot see them. And I'm not being conspiratorial, but that is it's not something we're used to as humans, and I don't believe that we should. I don't believe we should listen to that. The smallest pores in an N95 mask, which you can't even get, but let's say you can. Those holes, those pores are 10 to 100 times bigger than a viral particle, than any viral particle. So there's only 3 organisms or viruses in human history that we've known that are able to travel 6 feet. Think about it. Let's do a little bit of research. And those are Ebola, smallpox, and TB actually. So first thing is people are literally jumping off and they're being afraid of people. And how do you think that's going to affect people down the line? So that's one issue. And second issue is your ability to exchange air, your oxygen tension is impaired. There's been tons of accidents of people wearing the mask because someone told them to, not because they thought about it, and they got into car wrecks because they were middle aged, but they basically they passed out or they couldn't get enough air, and they got into car accidents. So that's another thing about wearing a mask. And and on a plane, the whole thing, think about it. You're allowed to be on a plane 6 feet from someone else in a grocery store, but then you can't go to the beach. You can't lay down on the beach, but you can walk your dog. Your ability to be clear-headed right now. Yeah, this is I mean, my mind's totally clear, and the opportunities right now are amazing because people are walking around, and they are. Absolutely, they're nervous, they're scared, and they don't even they don't know what to do, and they're just looking at other people for answers. So now's your time to shine. I talked to a few friends, and they're kind of in that same boat with work, with losing their jobs, and here's a time to reflect into: are you going to be the person that just did what everyone else said and did what everyone else did in time of uncertainty? Or are you going to critically analyze this? And the reason I'm making this video is to look back on it in a year, because if you even assume that 4 to 5% of the population is exposed, like they've done, like they've already done these studies at Stanford, California, that like 6% of the population was seropositive. If you take that in itself, that would make the infection fatality rate lower than influenza. And the overall, another thing I'd love for people to look at is look at overall death rate in the US, deaths per day. Compare it now, 2020 with 2019. It's down now. So if we have an epidemic or a pandemic or something scary like that, go back in history, because real epidemics and pandemics, you saw a massive, depending on the agent, but you saw a massive increase in deaths per day in the US or in the world if it was a global pandemic. We're not seeing that now at all. So I leave it to you guys to do your own research about viruses and this particular virus, but that's one thing I'd love for people to think about, is to go and research if there are any exit deaths. And actually deaths are down, but please confirm that. I want people to confirm that. So that's a nice beautiful view here. So that's it, guys. Be well. My best advice is to go out in the sun. Do not wear a mask at all. You absolutely do not wear a mask. Don't go and sneeze on old people. I'm not saying to do that, but for your own benefit, think about what you're doing before you do it. And if somebody tells you to do something that doesn't jive with you, that's not right, you don't follow orders just to follow orders, because you have to be true to yourself and do what you believe is right. So sorry for the kind of ranty video. There was no planned script for this, but hopefully everyone is doing well. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of excitement about what's going on. You guys, you got to look at this as a positive aspect. I know a lot of people are learning languages and they're stuck at home, so you may be accelerating with language learning at a faster rate, which is awesome. You know, personally, I'm kind of doing the same thing I always do, because there's a lot of other things to do right now. So, but yeah, let's get after it, guys, and we'll be back to normal update videos after this. And hope everyone is having a great one. And if you guys want to have any questions or any thoughts, let me know. Take care.